Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more Pokemon Black 2 and White 2. Last time, we became movie stars, and I have not even edited that video yet, so I don't know how much torment it really was. Future me will know now because I'm doing these in sequence. Now, there is one city on the mainland of Unova that we've never been to, White Forest. We are heading out that way, exploring a new area for the first time. Out we go. We just want to go out onto Route 16. And out of all of the many excuses for bridge being under construction, I swear, every bridge is always under construction in this world. There's like no bridges that you can just go across. The elevator wasn't broken. I heard a Pokemon called Rotom was playing a prank. That's right, Rotom is a Pokemon that can go inside electrical appliances. Hardy har, how funny. Welcome everybody to Marvelous Bridge. Miss, I have a deal for you and for you alone. Here's your chance. I will sell you the secret Pokemon Magikarp for an unbelievable $500. Unbelievable is right. How about it? Interested? I'm at 1.75 million. I got all the money in the world. I can throw cash at this. You'd think sooner or later I'd learn, but nope. When I was a kid, you ran into wild Pokemon without even trying. Oh wow, a Swanna. When I was a boy, they just sent it to your PC when you said yes. Blaze bought the Magikarp for $500! The fact they write that out with the celebration jingle is just great. Sure. Oh yeah, returns are not accepted, you got that? Welcome to the party, worst son! Magikarp! The weakest of all Pokemon! This is why I commissioned an artist with my own money to draw a portrait for it! But seriously, it can effortlessly evolve into Gyarados by now by just tossing an experience share on it, and Gyarados is pretty darn good. Intimidate, high stats, water flying being an awkward type for many Pokemon, just teach it Waterfall. Excitingly, Bounce is actually available in this Journey from Tutors. This seldom seen move on Gyarados charges up for a turn but hits for 90 power flying damage with a 30% chance to paralyze. You can find plenty of move for it to fill in any hole. But of course it joins at level 5, so you know, you're gonna have to do that. Relax nature, alert to sounds, minus speed plus defense. Oof, okay, not really that great. But we'll keep pressing on. Is it really a Pokemon journey if you don't get ripped off by the Magikarp salesman at least once? The lunar wing is started shining. Do you want to hold it up high? Well, gee, that was convenient. We picked up the lunar wing all that time ago in the strange house, and we just simply were told to take it with us, and now this has happened. We better save. I can feel it. This is gonna be a good one. We had awful luck on Reshiram. We had pretty neutral luck on Kyurem. You're gonna be a good one. I can feel it. I was hoping it would be shiny. Tanky psychic types, meet the queen. Cresselia is one of the most rock-solid Pokemon of all time. Having near unbreakable defense on both ends of the spectrum and blessed with the beautiful levitate that most tanks could only dream of. Its speed is also pretty nice for a Pokemon that's this hard to bring down. Here's the rub though. Pure Psychic means it doesn't exactly resist a lot, so you won't be getting much help from the type. And I mean any help for that matter. Cresselia's offensive stats are a joke for a legendary Pokemon. Its power is inferior to even some common Pokemon, and it isn't worth teaching moves that attack directly. It's all about stalling and using support moves. It just so happens, Cresselia's signature move is the ultimate in support, Lunar Dance. Cresselia is able to feint at will in order to fully restore the next Pokemon sent out. I feel like if items are available, this feels kind of unnecessary, but it really glows in verses and in battle facilities. It can turn the tables of a battle all on its own, stalling out the opponent and then just doing that at the end when it's gonna feint anyway. Cresselia is one of the best walls we will ever meet, but it is nothing but a wall and a cleric. Quick balls, quick balls, quick balls. Ah, quick balls. You look pretty sporty in that. You got a really blue and yellow body. That'd be a really hard thing to picture in your mind's eye. Nah, only one chick. Asking what color Cresselia's body is because people just associate it with the color pink so much. It's using Future Sight. I'm gonna go... I think you can withstand a super effective hit from me, so I'm gonna go for the X Scissor Slash. Okay, that's fine. And I've learned my lesson of counting to 2. I'm gonna swap into Harmony here just to suck up this Future Sight attack. I ain't scared of your damage, but you might be able to do some decent damage against Crustle with a low special. That's Psycho Cut. Yeah, easy. Taking the Future Sight, Mind Crush. Did a fair amount for me resisting it. If I could get the Ice Beam to go off and get a freeze on you, that could be a pretty viable strat for catching you. You're not able to do a lot of damage to Harmony anyway. Yeah, they did nothing. I'll take a turn and heal up right here just to make very, very sure that I'm good. I got so many healing items of Pokestar I will never want for anything ever again. Back when I did that playthrough where, around the time that this game was new-ish and I got sick and I just sat in bed and played Pokestar Studios all day at the beginning of the game, I never needed to just buy items ever in my playthrough. I had hundreds of Moo Moo Milks, I had hundreds of old Gateau, I had full restores from the beginning of the game. I was able to just coast right through the game, never having to spend my money, and I was filthy rich the whole time. You know Moonlight? I mean, yeah, that's what you're best at. I wonder if they're ever gonna, like, flub putting in Cresselia at the wrong level and make it so that it knows Lunar Dance in the wild, making it exceedingly hard to catch. If they ever do that, I feel sorry for whoever finds a shiny Cresselia and learns that for the first time. I don't know that I'm gonna personally do this, because I never like being without mine in case I find a shiny legendary or something to that effect, but Cresselia would not be a horrible use for a Master Ball. It's got a catch rate of 3, it's got a healing move, and this thing is just gonna be nasty to keep weakening over and over again. Yeah, it's in red health and it's frozen at the same time. This is our chance. Let's do it. Going for the classic option, Ultra Ball. 1. No. And you've thawed out and you're healing. Well, F you too. Hey, again! No! You. Just love playing with my mind. 0! 0! 0! You're at full health. Here's something that I never ever do. I've gotten a lot of Lepa berries from building up Joint Avenue, and I can PP restore in the middle of a fight. I don't feel like in my life I've ever recovered PP in the middle of a battle, but it is an option there. It does say HP PP recovery right on the packaging. PP recovery is pretty powerful. It's just that no one ever wants to do it because you usually cannot freely buy those items. Univa's just cool like that. I'm trying to praise you, don't do this. Oh, I get it. You're upset that I'm not praising Sinnoh. Yeah, I get you. Red health, freeze. Red health, no. Shakes are all just a myth made up to rob you of your freedom or something. Oh my god. I cannot get this thing to shake one time. Zero! Pokeballs do shake, right? I'm starting to question this. Let's chuck a Premier Ball. Haven't used one of these in a while, and I feel like it's just as effective as anything else at this point. Yeah, just as effective. I'm all out of Ultra Balls, so I guess we'll go for the Great Ball. 1. Like I said, Great Balls always just seem better. I always liked using them as a kid. Mind Crush. Ah! You critted me and combo and attacked me. Get out there, worst son, and show her what you can do. Nope. I was hoping that you'd actually manage to pull it off. Aiden, you could suck up a lot of hits. You get out there. It always feels like Aiden has to be the one to take care of this. Like, all right, guys, stand back. You guys don't know what you're doing out there. I'll throw one more timer ball before calling it quits on this particular one. If we waited until nighttime, the dust balls would make this a lot easier. Yeah, I just don't like everything always being at nighttime for the sake of convenience. Plus, I like there being some visual variety in what you get to see as a viewer of this experience. Dealing with leftovers is great, because, yeah, you don't really hit for a lot of damage. Luxury ball! You look like a girl with swanky tastes. 0! Dive ball? I bought these things so long ago and have never thrown a single one of them. That effect is cool. 1. Well, we've tied the record. Netball! It's been a long time since the legendary has taken me this long. Leave it to Cresselia to be hard. Cresselia was always my most disliked legendary Pokemon as a kid, because, you know, it would get used against me in competitive so often, and it was just so annoying to take out. And then catching one yourself was terrible, because, you know, you'd get Mesprit unleashed in Diamond Pearl Platinum, and then you'd go and catch Mesprit. Because it was a roamer, you'd be like, okay, cool, I'll use my Master Ball on that. And then you get to the freaking post game, and then there's another roaming legendary in there, so now you gotta catch this one the old-fashioned way. No matter what, you're catching one of them the old-fashioned way, unless you win the lottery, so... Yeah, always Cresselia was the most miserable Pokemon for me to catch every time I went through Sinnoh, so I always strongly disliked it for those reasons. Let's try it! Nothing! That's good, I got 67 more of those where that came from. If you want to be at a Pokeball, that's not your only chance today, I promise. 1, 2, 3! Ow. The timer ball is getting more effective the longer we're taking. It's another good reason to heal in between attacks, just so you can make that counter tick higher by the next time you attempt it. 0. You land a critical hit every single time you attack. Are you legendaries just that desperate to score a point against Aiden? Are you just mad that we have had such an easy time thanks to him? Well, it ain't going down that easy, because I got hyper potions for days. I don't sound intimidating in the least right now to this thing. I like how slowly she's just floating around because she's weak. She hasn't healed in a long time, and I get the feeling that we're probably going to get some heal spamming because her PP for her other moves is so low. Oh, no. Still nothing. Just going for physical attacks all the time. Are you serious? It's every freaking turn. Here's a new one. Try a nest ball on for size. 0. Give me at least a 1. 1, 2, 3. Mm. 1. Had me going for a second. That would have been cool. You know, you could heal any time now. I actually kind of want it because that means that I can fish for more freezes against you. It's like she's learning. 0. The Premier Bowl. Timer ball again. It's probably been at least 30 turns by now. Chances are gonna be pretty high, or they're not. Cresselia has no moves left! I hate you. Oh goody, lasagna grew a level. Let's do it again. I say, screw the freeze strats. We're going for paralyzed strats and we're gonna like it. Get out there, we'll try it again. I thought Moonlight had 10 PP and not 5. I was mistaken, so that explains why we weren't seeing it ever. I was going, gosh, for a 1 in 4 chance, it sure is not coming up very often. Quickie Bally. Nothing, as per usual. I'm going to wound you with something right here. You know how I was talking about Cresselia's like body color? I want you to tell me right now what Chimecho's body color is. It's blue. Yeah, you see that? It's blue. In your mind's eye, you only ever see pink when you think of Chimecho, but it's actually like blue. It's barely any of it is pink, in fact. I would argue more of it's yellow than it even is pink. It's so funny that that's the case. Yeah, I guess we can't reliably inflict freeze, so it's like we get super high chances for a couple of turns per battle, whereas with this, we get slightly lower chances, but it's at least going to be in effect every time we chuck something at it, so I feel like this kind of evens out. There's a moon out tonight. Red health, paralyzed. How bad could it be? No, not Dusk Ball. Ultra Ball. One. It's a step in the right direction. It's better. It's off to a better start than it was last time. Just gonna see how many cheap shots I can get in on you right now while you're still in red health. I don't want to squander this opportunity. If you knock out McFly, so be it. I'll just send out somebody else and we can chip you down with them. Future Sight. 1, 2, 3. Yeah! Wow, that was a lot easier than the first time. On nights around the quarter moon, the aurora from its tail extends and undulates beautifully. Don't you mean umbrelates? Okay, took care of that. Ah, such magnificent scenery. The whole story of Cresselia saving that girl inside of the strange house, I felt like personally that was an apology for Cresselia, because in Diamond Pearl Platinum, Cresselia gets like no focus. It gets implied lore in like an event with Darkrai. That's all it had. It's so funny that like a legendary gets a better story in a later appearance. Usually whenever a legendary appears in a later game, it's just basically a copy and paste of its first appearance, just worked into the new region somehow. I think this might be the only time that I've ever liked a story of a legendary Pokemon better in a repeat appearance. Hey! I will unveil my Pokemon to you. They are the best in the world! Man, dude, put it away. Oh, he has a kid with him. Okay, that's kind of cute. Growlithe, okay. Pretty simple. So I just gotta say, now that we've done Pokestar and we've just seen so much of what this game has to offer, Black 2 White 2 has everything, doesn't it? Like, really? As we've seen, you can fight aliens and giant monsters with your Pokemon. You can become a movie star. You can run your own businesses for other players to shop at. You can explore virtually every location from the first game while having a ton of new land to run around in. You can catch like 30 legendary Pokemon that all have their own dungeons or subplots. None of that modern post-game garbage where, hey, here's like a magical rug inside of a magical house, and under that magical rug is every Pokemon from a past region. You can explore a previously linear region in a very non-linear order, by the way. You can get a girlfriend who catches you Pokemon from other regions. You can start a new playthrough with a level 5 Dialga, because why not? There's so much stuff in this game, so much weird stuff. It's so expansive that trying to do all of it is a Herculean task. This is the 83rd episode of the series, and 83 is the longest duration of any Pokemon Let's Play I've ever made. The previous record was held by Platinum, and this is easily topping it. We're nowhere close to being done even now. It's just amazing how big of a game this was. I had people telling me like, nah, Platinum / Heart Gold Soul Silver, like those games are way bigger. No, I hope that by now, like, having seen all of this side content and how big of a region it is, that if you want to explore the region, never mind even play the side content, there's so much to it. And this is also with the fact that if a mode was identical to how it was in the first game, I didn't cover it. So there's even more to it than what I have shown. There's a camper on this route. What is this sign? Is this trainer tips? No, just Route 15. What is he? Oh, the other side's probably just talking about how marvelous Bridge takes you to Nimbasa. By chance, have you ever caught a Pokemon called Rotom? Indeed, I have. I'd be very happy if you traded my Rotom for your Ditto. I don't have it on me. I'll be able to get it pretty soon, though. I'll just remember that. Well, if you don't want to, I understand. But if you ever change your mind, please trade Pokemon with me. What do I want here? I want to go over, no, frick. Okay, well, I'm sure some of you saw that coming. It's just a very me mistake to make. There's a max potion at the end of this. I'm getting to the point where max potions might actually be kind of useful with how much HP Aiden's getting. We'll hop down. You're gonna make me fight you. Cool, all right. We got a fair few new Pokemon on this route, so let's get started chipping away at that. Scrafty is the unique dark fighting type. As said with Scraggy, it's slow, takes hits well, and then hits back for some more. Drain Punch is definitely worth considering on this unusual kind of species. Besides that, it hits pretty hard and both abilities have their strong points. Just pick whichever you prefer, damage or self-healing. Pupitar, we'll call him that. Always one level away from evolving, so let's move on to the main attraction, Tyranitar! Tyranitar is a real Pokemon worth considering if there's an empty slot for it on your team this far in. Right away, it summons a Sandstorm upon hitting the field, so it's a good way to finish that non-existent side quest that we did before. Being a rock type, it'll always see that 50% increase to its special defense just from it existing in the conditions that it created. This could give an awesome support to a ground type Pokemon like an Excadrill on the same team, all while not having too much type overlap with the Pokemon that it helps. This isn't your fake Kalos baby version of Tyranitar, no. This is a real Sandstorm that'll last indefinitely until another weather effect overrides it. If there's weather that you're worried about, just pop it right away to overwrite that. Dropping a Pupitar at the right time during battle can change so much about the outcome. All of this, and it's not even out of the ability explanation yet. It's not all that weak defensively versus a lot of other rock types, having 6 resistances and an immunity. Coupled with its ability's defense increase, and you've got one of the most defensive Pokemon in Unova. Yeah, I said defensive. I missed the item again. I'm so sorry. That 134 attack is simply awesome and cannot be ignored, but its real staying power and commanding presence is the thing that makes it such a force for good. You get Stone Edge, you get Earthquake, you get Brick Break, Crunch, heck, even Thunder Wave for God's sake, without even having to breed, it's a TM move. Heck, 95 base special attack is nothing to sneeze at, it's hardly underwhelming, and that's its second lowest stat. It's proficient in using Ice Beam, Fire Blast, or even Thunderbolt. TLDR, this guy's good, and for a lot of reasons. All right, so we gotta deal with McFly right here. I need to heal up pretty badly. Cresselia did a real number on our team. I'm glad that we didn't have anybody faint though. Gonna gain another level pretty soon. All these Pokemon are pretty weak in the way of experience points, sadly, which is kind of bad. We'll go to Aiden right now. Yeah, we'll go to Aiden. Sounds real good. I'm pretty sure I've talked recently about how I thought Torkoal evolved from Macargo, which is always just what I think of whenever I see it. That's a good sprite he's got. Torkoal is absolutely a Pokemon that I think looked a lot better as a sprite than as a model. It has such low resolution smoke textures used on it when it's breathing, and it just looks fake. Here in a sprite, it's a lot more believable if the animation's choppy, and it's just a lot better drawn. So that's definitely one model that I don't like very much. Took out Backpacker Korin. When you got many moves and items, you can actually end up overwhelmed. I will not compare your statement to a certain game that I don't like very much, but it is what it made me think of. There's one Pokemon that I want to run into on this route, so it sounds like a good opportunity to just kind of waste our time and not use repels for like a little bit. Oh gosh, there's a trainer up here. I'm gonna try to avoid you. I have to avoid you twice though. Okay, let's go. Okay, woof. Okay, that was nerve-wracking. Our main attraction on this route is up this way. Oh, I love this girl. Hi, hello. You came here? That means you're a visitor? Huh? No? You came all the way here? You're a trainer? Are you in the middle of your journey? Ah, this is your trainer card? What? You have all the gym badges? Great! You may be able to. Professor Park! Quick! Oh, there you are. Professor, do you have a minute? I think you do. Listen, this kid is a trainer who has all the gym badges, all of them. I'm sure this trainer can operate it. I told you many times, this invention is great indeed, but without a professional trainer. What? You have all the gym badges? All of them? Fantastic! Fantastico! Yahoo! Ooh, what a great day! Great! Unbelievable! Hi, I am Professor Andrew Park! You... Blaze. Blaze! Are you willing to participate in an ambitious experiment that will make history? This device is called Poké Transfer. It connects blah, blah, blah. It's called DS system. Meanwhile, blah, blah of molecules, and then while evoking blah, blah. Ergo, energy particles will blah, blah, and the frequency, as you see with faraway Pokemon, the alpha waves blah, blah, following which the right convergence blah, blah. Spectacular results! To put it more simply, if you use this device, you may be able to bring Pokemon here from other regions. Just for safety's sake, the Pokemon you're transferring shouldn't be holding anything, so to make sure to take their items first. So you are a fantastic Pokemon trainer. Will you participate in the great experiment of the century? You need 2 DS systems to use Poké Transfer. We will conduct the experiment with another DS. Is that okay? Okay, but just remember, muy importante. Once you bring a Pokemon here, you can't send it back. Do you still want to do it? Let's start up this communication. I gotta save the game. I really hope this recording does not fail, because I can't really redo a fight with a legendary. So, long story short, the audio in this recording stopped working for the last few minutes of this video right after I said that. So, mostly from here on out, the audio is recreated by Yoshiller. Thank you. Thank you for doing that. It's so funny that I said that in this video of all videos. So I have a list of Pokemon that I recommend that you transfer in. There's quite a few that can be a problem for those of you that seek National Dex completion. Between Black 2, White 2, and Heart Gold, Soul Silver, you have access to basically every Pokemon in existence at this point in time. It's remarkably easy to complete the National Pokedex. But there are a few Pokemon that I want to recommend you check your copy of Platinum for because they're not easily obtained. Of course, we got the obvious starters and cover legendaries. Of course, you get only 1 Kanto starter, 1 Johto starter, and 1 Hoenn starter per playthrough of Heart Gold, Soul Silver, so it is going to be hard to get all 3 of those, but the Sinnoh starters in particular are some of the few Pokemon that you actually require Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum to get. They were among the hardest Pokemon to get at this point in time. Mythical Pokemon can be a problem as well, but none of them are counted towards completion percentage at all, not even Manaphy or Fione, so we can just kick those out right away. They are not necessary. They're not counted towards National Dex, toward medals, nothing. So you can just leave them out if you so wish. And then there's another tier that I want to bring up. There's a couple of weird Pokemon that are not in Black 2 and White 2 or Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and that you also require Diamond, Pearl, or Platinum in order to get. The Snover family and the Snorunt family. I don't know what it is with Pokemon beginning Snow they had so much against, but you cannot get them in either of those duos of versions and require a whole other game for them. They're pretty worth transferring. Discounting all those obvious categories, the only Pokemon you can't get in Black 2 and White 2 are Ekans, Pikachu, Diglett, Tentacool, Voltorb, Scyther, Tauros, Articuno, Zapdos, and Moltres, Mewtwo, Unknown, yeah, kind of weird, isn't it? Slugma, Miltank, Raikou, Entei, and Suicune, Zigzagoon, Nincada, Torkoal, Duskull, and Burmy. I'd say out of those, Burmy and Nincada are high priority as they have multiple evolutions and thus can be kind of tricky to complete. I was kind of sweating getting together a list for you and wasn't really sure if I'd be able to get it, and then I asked my girlfriend and she just straight up had this list already made because she's a completion maniac, so thank you for that. You made making this video a lot easier. This is the best Pokemon game ever. What other Pokemon game do you get to shoot Pokemon with a crossbow in? Well, Black and White, but you know, besides the point. Great, molto bene, G. Great, great. Fantastic! Your handling of Poké Transfer is really exhilarating. Oh, our invention is nearly near completion. Come again very soon. Come again immediately. And please show us even more wonderful handling of Poké Transfer. I put the Pokemon you caught in your PC box. If you decide you want to play with Pokemon Transfer again sometime, you're welcome to come back and ask me. My fellow Sinnoh-fetuses are going to be so happy to hear that there's no limit on this per day. You can transfer as often as you like from as many games as you want. Here's what I decided to transfer in. So, yeah, I said to check Cresselia. It's, ew, it has a rash. That's, a mix of good and bad, I would say. It could get use out of special attack, I suppose, but it's really meant to be bulky, so that's a little bit of a letdown. It's a shame, I thought it was gonna be perfect. I grabbed a Shaman, I grabbed an Unknown, I happen to have a used copy of Platinum that I just bought a long time ago that had a Piplup chilling in it, an Adamant Piplup. And then the other ones were just a means to an end where you have to transfer them over in bunches of 6, otherwise you can't, so I just got Pokemon that I thought might be a little bit difficult. We're almost to our 4th filled box, well, more like our 7th filled box, but splitting hairs. With this research of mine, I want to have an impact on people in the future, living 100 or 200 years from now. That'd be amazing if Pokemon transferring was able to work that far forward, where even there's still a continuous line you could draw through every game that far in the future. Pokemon can't be holding items you transfer them. It's safer that way. Rare cases, there are Pokemon that cannot be transferred, but Professor Park will explain it to you. Here we are, monitoring Poké Transfer. We want to keep an eye to make sure all Pokemon can have safe travels. There's a select few Pokemon, as she was saying, that cannot be transferred. The spiky-eared Pichu is probably the most prominent example of that, where it's forever been stuck in Heart Gold Soul Silver and never been obtainable in any other game ever. If they ever do a Let's Go Johto, it'll be interesting to see if they include it. I'm not holding my breath because the content from Fire Red and Leaf Green was not in Let's Go 1, but you know. Well, crap, I just realized I don't own a Ditto to do that in-game trade with now. So, I'll go to the giant chasm and see you in a moment. Ouch. Lasagna grows to level 61, about damn time. Feels like forever since Lasagna's leveled up. That was a critical hit on Jade. I'd be ashamed of you if you didn't beat that with a rock slide. That gets Lasagna level 62 and Jade level 63. But you still can't use Earthquake, can ya? No. Hey, a Metang and a Ditto. It's kind of sad that I only have to pick one of these because I probably would have just caught the Metang if I'd seen it. Does the net ball get increased chances if Ditto is currently a bug type? 1, 2, 3. I'm gonna go with yes. Yes, it does. I don't actually know, but I'd like to know. It can reconstitute its entire cellular structure to change it into what it sees, but it returns to normal when it relaxes and becomes all jiggly. Always, always, always check your Ditto. It's got a rash nature. That seems to be a running trend. Plus special attack minus special defense. I think I'm fine trading that away. I just would make sure you don't have a Modest or an Adamant Ditto before doing this. Because Ditto can be awfully useful for getting natures onto other Pokemon through breeding. My Ditto is so moist it has a rash. Oh, my heart is beating so fast. Okay, let's trade. Lily instead of her Bucky. Bucky. Such like a hillbilly name for like such a high-tech thing. Thank you so much, please treat my Rotom with love. I just called it a hillbilly and I only had it for about 4 seconds. I'm so sorry. Bucky, little Bucky, comes holding a Max Elixir, an item that you can't, no you can buy elixirs if you have Joint Avenue maxed out, but if you don't, then it's really useful. It's got some interesting moves. We've already been over Rotom. We talked about the Dream Rider. You can take it to Shopping Mall 9 to have it transform into lots of other forms. Now, I said that there was a Pokemon here that I wanted to catch, and I think I'm going to make that happen. I wasn't planning on catching this, but it's kind of low on health, and I've been entertaining the idea of trying to get some Pokemon catching related medals, and oh god, do I want to do this? No, I probably don't want to make it a habit though, because there's a medal for catching 50 Pokemon in one day, and if I want to do that, I should probably just make a whole day out of passively doing that while I do other things. Clamps on its chosen prey and then jabs a stinger on its tail, into the prey while it's stunned with surprise. There's the Pokemon I was actually trying to catch! Pupitar! There's no trainer in Unova that has a Pupitar on their team. You can see its evolved form Tyranitar on a team just fine. It's just this one that's weird. So I'd recommend catching this, or at least just seeing it while you're on the route. After saying I wasn't gonna catch things, I do it anyway. Even though seeing it was, okay, good, you broke out, okay, thanks. Could always evolve this to get Sandstream for that thing in the Weather Institute, if you care. All right, I'm getting this item finally after all this HP up. I almost missed that. Can I? No. I think I'd give that to Pignati if I could give it to anybody, but I'm willing to bet that he's already pretty well EV trained, all things considered. I cleaned up my free space a lot. There were so many obsolete items in here, like fresh waters and crap from the beginning, that I just never got around to cleaning up, but now I have. It's looking a lot better, and I'm just so happy to have it all looking good. You want to push this over 3 tiles, and then push it up 1, and then 2, and then push it over to the right, and in we go. That gets us into the dark grass, as well as this hidden item, an Ultra Ball. And I do believe, no, Route 15, you're just full of surprises. You got even more for us. I can push this down in a diagonal pattern, because I sure as heck can't walk down. Oh, my dragon is finally awakened! It only took 83 friggin' episodes for it to happen. Give me Earthquake! Lasagna could learn it too. That's a legitimate option, because Shadow Claw kind of sucks. Gonna dig out or out of here. Jeez. Finally don't have to go digging around in dirt anymore. I just move the friggin' planet while I'm at it. I kind of wish we had a battle to test this out on. You're a genius, lady. I'm planning on transferring a Pokemon using Poké Transfer, but before I do, I'm gonna kick your freaking ass. Have something good for me to switch out into. Come on. Meow. Perfect. It's actually not weak against ground at all, so maybe it's not that perfect. Harmony, you ain't gotta do this. Meowth, how about you just be a doll and use Payday this turn so that I get extra money from kicking your ass? That would be excellent. I need to act in some bad movies. I don't like the fact that everyone just has the Pokestar every single time I send them out. Maybe in my free time I'll do that next chance I get. All right. Dragon Claw is 60 power and Earthquake is 100. Both moves are physical. This is now our strongest neutral option whenever we have nothing better to do. His giant fist got frozen there. Yeah, okay, yeah, you can shred through a Meowth. Okay, let me see what else you got. A Glameow. That's a pretty unusual Pokemon to see just anywhere. Sucker Punch. Not gonna hit for much. And your last Pokemon. Come on, make it something weak to ground so I can feel extra good about myself. A Liepard. No one feels good beating up a Liepard. Come on. Jade's gonna be pretty powerful from here on out. I'm pretty happy with all this. If I gave Lasagna that would mean that in double battles we could use the two of them together and Lasagna would be able to use Earthquake without consequences. That's kind of good. Plus we have Harmony. Route 15, that is something to consider. That is a good choice. All right. Universe Challenge, Black Tower or White Tree Hollow. What in the world are they like? People come and go from the cities and the country while searching for a place where they belong. We've made it to White Forest, a town where they just love taking in the scenery. In White Forest, everyone shares the gathered berries. I pick some extra ones for the older folks. We can go into some houses and talk to some people. There's not really a whole lot here. Welcome to White Forest. In White Forest, people live in harmony with nature and Pokemon. Please listen to the voice of the forest and to the White Tree Hollow. They're saying, bienvenue, ho, hoo, hoo. When people build too many tall buildings, the sky gets smaller and you can't see the sun anymore. No, you're talking to me. I want to know how Pokemon feel, so I live in nature with them. If you know how a delicious meal of berries can be, you don't have to worry about waiting and wanting to eat this and that. Gained a greater appreciation for eating fruit and vegetables in the last few years. So, unlike its predecessor, there's no Pokemon obtainable in White Forest. There were a bunch of wild Pokemon here before, but there are none now. Those Pokemon have largely just been moved to other areas, catchable with through various normal means, or you can do in-game trades for them with Yancey or Curtis. Wow, I just got here. I can't handle living like this when there's nothing to do. I miss the neon so much. White Forest, people and nature in harmony. Apparently harmony is very loud and whiny. Sorry, Sigilif. A hollow has suddenly appeared in the white tree. That tree really is important here. The tree really is important here in White Forest. Investigators and trainers have come out of the woodwork. But we locals will be the ones to make it to the lowest floor. Oh, sorry, I was sunbathing and my mind went blank like I was meditating. Isn't the weather great? Would you like to with me? We could go and check out the White Tree Hollow. It is the big shiny new thing. I thought I'd go here and just show that these guys have disappeared for no reason. Of course, when you compare different things, it's natural to find good points and bad points. Yeah, so these guys are no longer here. The White Tree Hollow is a battle facility, essentially. But I think it's a little bit more free where you actually keep your levels and can level up within it. We're not gonna be tackling this yet. Because we gotta learn Takedown for this. Boo, I know. But yeah, this song is magical. Wow, I really like this. This place is pretty hard. We're gonna wanna be high level for this. If you remember, Banga, Alder's grandson, said that he was running off toward this area. So yeah, I wanna see that. I forgot the Pokemon Center. Shoot, metal! It's not really that exciting. I'm pretty sure I know what this is about. What? 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 Since when do I have Pokerus? Test fit. Who has Pokerus? Who contracted the virus? Is it one of our team? No. Okay, not you. Not you. No. Where did I get Pokerus? Where did I get Pokerus? Did I transfer in a Pokemon with that? Okay, so I transferred in Shaman. Unknown. Umbreon had it. Salamence. Krogunk. Wailord. Piplup. That username scares me. Wait, these are... Wow, that copy of Pokemon that I got from GameStop that I told you about was clearly hacked. Wow. Who had Pokerus? I legit don't know who had Pokerus. I really hope that the Ditto I caught didn't and I traded it away. I really hope that wasn't the case, but I think one of our party Pokemon would have it if that was the case. Maybe it counts if just your Pokemon's ever had it and you don't have to presently have it? If so, that's really weird. All right, well, the other medal was because I've been doing that thing I told you about where I go to the Battle Institute whenever I'm just kind of bored and I just forfeit fights for like 20 minutes whenever I'm in the, like, watching something, so I've been kind of grinding for those medals. Okay, well, that was certainly an experience. Yeah. I think we're gonna stop there. Next time on Pokemon Black 2 and White 2, we're going to go explore the last of the mainland. See you guys then.